Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday, where every Monday I post a new video. In today's video we're going to be doing another gnome, but this one is going to be made out of clay, and I am going to be using a couple different colors, and the brand of clay I'm using is called Bake Shop. You used to could buy this at Walmart for 97 cents, but now it's super hard to find, and I just happen to have some on hand from when I used to work with clay a while back. But yeah, so basically what you're going to need is you're going to need blue. I'm using a couple different color blues. This is a darker blue that I swirled with this color to give it, I don't know if you can see this, but to give it like a swirly pattern. I have that color. You're going to need white. And you're also going to need gray. And that's it. I am going to go ahead now and turn my camera down so we can get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is start off with my blue clay. These are going to be my gnome pants. So this is the color that I'm going with for his pants. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and condition this a little. And I'm going to take my rings off. And we're just going to go ahead and start off with the ball. And then we're just going to roll it into a long cylinder snake. So I'm just going to put it on here and we're just going to roll it out. And you can make this your gnome as big or as little as you want. It's really up to you. And this is not for play. It is going to be like for a figurine. And I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a little tie-dye effect going on. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to take the ends and we're just going to push them in a little and pull out. And these are going to be the cuffs of his pants. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Pull that just like this. And then we're just going to fold it in like this. Now what I'm going to do is I want my gnome to be leaning back like almost like he's laying on the grass. Or you can prop him up. It's really up to you. But I am going to just go ahead and position mine. So I'm just going to take this leg. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit. I'm going to bend it up like this, like right at the knee, and then I am going to bring it over just like this. So like this, and I'm going to push down. And then I'm going to push out, pull here. So by now, this is what we have. I'll turn it this way so y'all can see it. So up like this is what we have so far. Now I want to go ahead and do his shoes, and I am going to be doing his shoes in this color blue. It's just a little bit darker or lighter than this one. So what I'm going to do is take my clay and condition it a little bit. And we're just going to make his shoes. And it's just going to be a basic shoe. There's nothing going to be fancy about it. It's just a shoe. And once again, you can make your shoes as big or as little as you want. But you want to make sure that it fits the gnome. That, you know, the size are portion with your gnome. So rolling up a ball. And I'm going to grab a little more clay because I can feel down that wasn't going to be the same amount. And that's what you should have so far. And your hands are going to get dirty. And if you don't want your hands dirty, you can do this with gloves on. For me, I don't really care if my hands get dirty. So all I'm doing now is just making his shoe. Just rolling it out. Just making sure everything is nice and even. Now I'm just going to go ahead, put this like this, and I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to put this up like this, and then I'm going to take this one and we're just going to put this down like that. So this is what we have so far. Just going to take that. And then you just keep on playing with it till you're happy with the position that it's in. And I'm going to leave mine like this. Now, I'm going to wash my hands and we're going to come back and start with the white. So now we're back. I'm going to grab my white clay and we're just going to go ahead and do the torso of our gnome, or you can just call it the shirt. So what we're doing, once again, we're just conditioning a piece of clay, white, and we're just going to roll it into a ball. And then we're just going to go ahead and start rolling it flat, but you don't want it to be super flat. So now we're just making a square shape. Now, I'm just going to keep playing around with this until I'm happy with the way it looks. Pull it out a little. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my fingers and I'm just going to push here because that's where his arms are going to be. So I'm just pushing in on the inside, just like this. And then it's going to come down like that. So this is what it looks like. Your indents are here. And now I'm just pushing this clay right down on top, just like this, to make sure now I'm going to turn it around and back, and I'm just going to smooth it out and back, just like this. There we have it. Now I'm going to take some of the blue, these two, and I'm going to put a little jacket on him. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish conditioning this. So now we have our clay nice and conditioned and soft, so it's easy to work with. I'm just going to go ahead now and just pull off a little. That's going to be for the arms. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to roll it, and then we're just going to go ahead and flatten it. And I have a pasta maker. It's called actually a clay conditioner. And you can use that if you have one. And if you don't, you can just flatten it as flat as you can with your fingers. And that's what I'm going to do. I could use it, but y'all wouldn't see me do it on camera because it's actually posted to the left of me. So all I'm doing is just flatten it. And then I am just going to go ahead and put it around my gnome. And like I said, this is going to be his jacket. I'm not making your average gnome. I'm trying something a little different here. I'm stepping outside of the box for a second, just because I want to see what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. And I'm just going to, actually what I'm doing now is just fixing this to him. And then we're just going to go ahead, pull this like this, put this here. So this is what it looks like. And here it is from the back. So we're just going to continue to let him set here. And I'm just going to pick him up and Just pull it down in the back. Pull it up a little. And this is what it looks like. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put his arms on. So I'm just going ahead. I'm going to take these 2 pieces of clay and we're just going to roll them out. And I think I'm going to go ahead and open up my other pack and just add a little more. And I do wash my hands in between colors. So now I'm just going to go ahead, condition this. And I'm going to make sure that I have equal amounts. So I have a ball here and we're just going to roll it like this. And once again, I'm just going to make sure they're even. So I'm just going to keep rolling. And then I am just going to go ahead and tuck it here. And I am going to grab my X-Acto knife, if I can find it. And I am just going to go ahead and cut right down through there. Just like this. So now we have 2 here. And all I'm going to do is just flatten it a little bit. Like that. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the pans. We're just going to open it. Just take your fingers and flatten this end out. Just like this. So I'm going to do it here. So this is what we're doing. Just going around. And then you're going to end up with it being just like that. So now here's the time that you decide if you want his arms down like this, which is how I'm going to do mine. And then we're going to go ahead and put his other one here. Or you can do this. Like that. It's really up to you. So I'm just going to play around with this and see what way I want mine to be. Just going to stick those arms on just like that. And I'm going to stick mine like this. Or you can even put a little bottle of Coke or something in his hand to make him seem like he's drinking. Alright. So we have that. So this is what it looks like so far. Let's turn it this way so y'all can see. So this is what we have so far. Now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to wash my hands and we'll come back with the white again. So now we're back and I have a cream color white. It's hard to see, but this is going to be what we use for his head. So I'm just going to go ahead and condition it. I'm going to roll it into a little ball. Now, this is what it looks like an egg shape. And I think this is going to be an okay size. So now I am just going to add just a little more because I want his head to be a little bit bigger. So I am just going to go ahead and condition this, roll it out, and then I am going to grab a wire so we can attach the head. And if you don't have wire, you can attach the head with a toothpick, whatever you have on hand. And here is my little piece of wire, and this is actually from a clothes hanger. And I'm just stick it through in here just like that. And then I am going to turn this around, and we're just going to stick this right down off in here just like that. And I'm just going to give it a little push that down. And this is what we have so far. So now what we're going to do, is we're going to take another piece of that same color clay, and we're just going to make his nose. And we all know gnomes have a pretty good sized nose. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. I don't want his to be super big. And I'm just going to stick that right here, just like this. And I'll move him closer. So this is what we have. Now I am going to take some white clay. And I am just going to roll it into a long cylinder shape like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and flatten this out. Not sure exactly how long I want it, so I'm just going to take my scissors and we're just going to cut it there. And I'm just going to pull it like this. And now we're going to take our toothpick and we're just going to make little bitty lines in here. You can this is where you can use a needle tool or whatever you have on hand to just make little bitty streaks in the clay. This is just going to serve as his beard hair. So all I'm doing is I'm just going ahead and just making little bitty lines throughout the clay. And this is what it looks like so far. So now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut it right through here. And we're just going to separate it just a little bit. So you're just going to pull it apart and pull up. And then we're just going to go ahead and keep scraping at it to make the beard hair. Now we are going to attach it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn him this way and we're just going to go ahead and put this on here just like this. And I'm just going to pull it in a little bit, and you can always get rid of the extra because we don't need it. And I'm going to take this off, and then I'm just going to set this like this, and we're just going to see how long we want the beard. So there's that, and this is what it looks like so far. And I'm going to take a little bit of that off because it's actually a little too long for me. So I'm just going to cut it like this. Take my fingers, pull out, and we're just going to go ahead and make some more of the marks in it. And I am just going to put this right back after I put his nose on. So we're just going to stick his nose right there. Grab his beard hair. Stick this here. Grab his beard hair. Put this on just like this. And now I'm just going to go ahead, take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut the extra. There we have it. And there's his little beard. I'll hold it close. Just like that. Just going to take my finger. And now I am going to go ahead and we're going to make his little hat. And I'm going to do it blue. Just like everything else he got on. So once again, we're just going to take a little bit of that clay. And I'm just going to go ahead and condition it. So we have our clay nice and conditioned. So now let's go ahead and make his little cone hat. So we're going to start off with the cone shape like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and bend it here like that. And now I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to pull and turn until I get the desired size of the hat that I want. And then we'll just stick it down on his head. So I'm just going to pull this back up and I'm just going to go like this. And I'm just going to continue to pull down. So now that we have his hat in place, I'm going to take my gray clay and we're just going to give him some gray sunglasses. Like I said, this is not the average gnome that I'm used to making. This is somewhat different. I just thought it would be cute to try. I haven't seen one quite like this one, so. So now all I'm doing is taking small circles and that's it. And these, well, small pieces of clay, and then we're going to flatten them out into little circles, and these are going to be his sunglasses. And we're just going to make, and you can even do the sunglasses black if you like. I kind of think that might be what I go with. I think I might do black clay for his sunglasses. I just think the black would look better. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to move the gray. And we're going to just use black clay. Yeah, I think the black would stand out better, honestly. So now we're going to make sure that they're the same size, and then we're just going to flatten them. And we're just going to stick them down on his face. So I'm just going to hold him here, and let's just put the sunglasses right here. And I'm just going to pull his hat up a little bit. And I'm just making sure that they're somewhat even. So this is what we have. And now I'm just going to put a bridge over the side of it. So I'm just going to take a piece of clay and roll it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and push this here. Just like that. So this would be the bridge of the glasses. And there we have it. Just like that. This is what he looks like so far. So now I'm going to go ahead and condition more clay and make his hands. So now we have some of that beige clay, and I am going to go ahead and roll it to, I'm making a little ball, and I'm just going to flatten it out just like this. And I'm just going to continue to do that until I'm happy with the size that I want. And I'm just going to roll it and flatten it. So here it should look like a little teardrop. And then we're just going to stick that just like this. And then I am going to do the same thing, and we're just going to put the other hand right on his lap. So I'm going to just do a little more. I'm going to roll it, flatten it, just like this. And I'm going to turn him this way. And now I'm just going to take that little piece of metal wire, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little hole right through here. So just like that. There's the little, and then all you're going to do is take this, stick that up in there, just like that. And then you're just going to push that down. And here you have it. And we are all done with our gnome. And like I said, it's not your average gnome. And also, if you don't want to use clay for his beard, once you bake him in the oven, and you will bake him in the oven at 250 for 15 minutes. And yeah, make sure you set him on a piece of aluminum foil if you're going to be using a pan that you normally cook food on. So yeah, you're going to bake him in the oven at 250 for 15 minutes. I know the package says 250 or 275, but I don't never bake my clay at 275. It's always 250. So this is what it looks like done. This is what it looked like from the front. And here he is from the back. So I'm just going to set him here. And what I was going to say is, if you don't want to use the clay beard, once you bake him in the oven, you can use faux fur. So yeah, you can use faux fur, but don't put the faux fur on him and then bake him in the oven, because that's, yeah, don't do that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back up so y'all can see me. And yeah, once again, here he is. And then I am going to bake him in the oven. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. Please feel free to share this video with your family and friends. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. I really appreciate all the comments, and yeah. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Bye.